But we start here first. U.S. President Joe Biden is calling for unity and healing in America. He was sworn in as the country's 46th president last night, and Kamala Harris as the first female vice president. Biden is already at work, signing executive orders reversing some of former President Donald Trump's policies. And these include a return to the Paris Climate Change Accord and the World Health Organization. So, to discuss this further, we're now joined by our correspondent in Washington. That's Jagruti Dave. Jagruti, good to have you. And good morning from this side of the world. Now, for those who missed out on yesterday's event and celebrations, obviously Joe Biden is officially president. What happened?
Well, the day started with heightened security in place because of those riots on January the 6th. 25,000 National Guard members deployed to Washington, D.C. to make sure everything went smoothly. And things did go smoothly. Joe Biden was inaugurated on the steps of the U.S. Capitol. He was sworn in as president. Kamala Harris was sworn in as vice president. We saw performances by Lady Gaga and Jennifer Lopez. It was attended by former presidents and first ladies, the Bushes, the Clintons and the Obamas. Vice President Mike Pence was in attendance with Karen Pence, his wife, as a symbol of that smooth transition of power. One notable absence, of course, was the now former president himself, Donald Trump, who left Washington, D.C. before the inauguration, flying to Florida in Air Force One to his resort Mar-a-Lago, where he is now basing himself. Afterwards, the Bidens, Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff, and the former presidents, they all went to Arlington Cemetery to lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And, this was, in his speech, Joe Biden, really for him, that the day itself, the moment, was a symbol of unity and a symbol of America moving forward. I think everyone notably was looking also at Kamala Harris as the first woman, the first black woman, the first South Asian woman. Yeah. To be vice president of the United States. And there are lots of women, a lot of black women, a lot of Indian women in America who are watching this across the political spectrum, who saw somebody who looked like them in a position of power in the United States. And I think this was the sort of message that they, as a new administration, were trying to send in the messages of the inauguration and in the America Celebrates event, the televised event that was very similar to the Democratic National Convention that was broadcast in the evening, which was a celebration of America. We heard more from Kamala Harris speaking about American aspiration and American unity.
So, Jagruti, what lies ahead for Joe Biden? What work does he have cut off for him? I mean, I know that at this point there's certain policies that he plans to reverse from the Donald Trump administration.
Well, among the celebrations today, I think, was a realization that that work needed to be done and needed to begin. And that is what Joe Biden did. He got to work immediately, wanting to signal that message that, yes, whilst it was a day of celebration, they wanted to get to work to tackle the pandemic. And he signed several executive orders, and the pandemic was clearly front and centre of them. That mask mandate, mandating masks on federal property, was a clear signal that the coronavirus was going to be one of their primary focuses. Jennifer Psaki, the White House press secretary, gave her first press briefing, a signal of a resetting of the relationship between the White House and the press, which was so fractious and acrimonious under the Trump administration. She signaled that there was going to be more briefings, daily briefings resuming, more briefings from COVID-19 experts, from health experts. We're going to hear more about COVID-19. There's going to be a national, sort of a more coordinated approach to dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. And of course, Joe Biden and his team have this challenge. They've set themselves the task of getting millions of shots into vaccines into American arms. And they've got the challenge of the logistics of organising all of this. But of course, with this message of unity, they've got the challenge of trying to practice what they're preaching at a time where the country is arguably the most divided it has been in modern history. And looming over that is the possibility of a Senate trial of Donald Trump following his historic second impeachment, a prospect which many Republicans argue goes against that message of unity that Joe Biden is talking about.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Jagruti Dave from Washington.